All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Check, ready. Come to the ending. Right there, 56. Check. 36.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Mike's 56. What we got?
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. He will find Davis. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there heals a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 37-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
56 to Mike. 56.
They run with Breida, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Strip that ball. Strip that ball.
Now Jackson. It's caught by Davis. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
56, Mike, 56. I got one. 56 to Mike. 56 is to Mike. Who that? 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Hey, tighten down. There you go. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
From the gun, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, He's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Derrick Henry. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. 56, right there, 56.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They'll try to run with Breida, and I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
The mic. 56 is the mic. I got you. I got you. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. On first down, right back to Lindsey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Protein spill. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Show it.
On first down now, run with McKinnon. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
From the 29, Rudolph. Open man, here's Gentry. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. But it's brought in by Washington. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
Set, ready? 60 or 6-6, pull it high.
Jumper.
Topper.
Watch the run. Hey, check.
They'll run with Lindsey. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Come on, set.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Ready?
2nd down, McKinnon. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Check 15.
Hey. Hey, exit.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
80 weapon.
I got you. Switch.
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Henry running right. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
At the Steelers' 32-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Let's go. Come on. Six guys.
Now it's Breida. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Jackson from the shotgun, escaping the pressure right. And an alley to run. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Here's Breida. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. 81. He's creeping. Check 24. Check 24.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Justin Tucker onto the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the 50, it's Rudolph. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rudolph. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First down, Pittsburgh.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go! Yes! Check my 21. Fair! Kill! Hey, turn it up!
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Washington's got it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And his kick is good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Let's go! The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check.
They run again with Breida. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
3 burn.
Bang, 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 bang. Go. Hey, foxtrot.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
5.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. He finds his tight end, Gentry. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Rudolph looking to throw. Complete to Washington. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll try to draw. Lindsey. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Come on, set. 60 or. Switch up, switch up.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rudolph. And this is incomplete. Well, let's see. He was 8 of 13 prior to that pass. Now 8 of 14, Charles.
Yeah, that's not horrible, but he's been under a ton of pressure throughout this game. Not able to stay on his spot. You know, quarterbacks talk about that all the time, being able to get to one place, set up and throw. When they make you move a little bit, oftentimes your accuracy suffers.
Let's go now.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Rudolph on play action. Oh, I can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with a gain.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. T.J. Watt showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
56 is the mic. 56 is the mic.
Hey, we got to get this stop here.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson being chased out left. He's got his man. It's Andrews. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Ready? 6. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Henry. 56 to Mike, boys. 56.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson flush to his right. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go. You set. Change. Let's go. So we get on. He's coming. 56. Good. Half.
Yup. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Ready! Spike 56. Focus, defense, focus. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
Now Jackson operating from the gun. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Matt Wild now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Brickstone, travel. Mike 21, check Mike. Hey, orbit.
And bring it.
Play action. It's Rudolph. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Rudolph. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
A gain of 4
It's a big play there for the Steelers. And even 40 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the Ravens' 35-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the red zone now, Rudolph. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
2nd down.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Back to throw, Rudolph. And it's caught. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
That's the way.
This is Breida. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
That's another Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Let's go. 50 on the base. Mike's 56. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Mike 56.
On first down, here's Breida. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Steelers' 44-yard line.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
It's been a long day for you. Check.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Throwing now is Jackson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
And 3 yards to go.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Check 31. Check 31. Check. 22. Check. Bomber. 22. Check. Bomber. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Ravens have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hey, wahoo! Hey, lock it! Ready?
Now Rudolph. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard
line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant